Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making sugar scrubs. I know for a fact I'm going to be making a foaming whipped sugar scrub. I'm not too sure if I want to do like a turmeric glowing one yet. We'll see how this video goes. If you've watched my past videos, you'll know that I did get a lot of new inventory in. If you haven't watched any of my inventory hauls, I do recommend checking them out as I'm pretty thorough in them. If I don't give the exact name or location of the product, I do give enough information for you to do the research yourself and find what works best for you. So let's just go ahead and jump into the video. As always, I have on gloves. They have been sanitized. My bowl, my surfaces have been sanitized, and I am wearing a mask to take proper safety precautions while I'm making these products. So the interweb has told me that this whipped soap base does double in size once you whip it up. I have 1 pound of whipped soap base in this stainless steel bowl. I do need to tear it out actually. Let me go ahead and do that. So now my bowl has been teared out with 1 pound. I know this is 1 pound. So I'm going to try the whisk attachment first. If I don't like how it's whipping up this sugar scrub base, then I'm going to go ahead and use the beaters. But I do like the air that this whisk attachment does provide. So I'm gonna whip this up and I'll be right back. So I did go ahead and whip it for about 2 minutes. It did get a little fluffy on me. What I'm going to do now is just add sugar slowly and fold it in. And then once I feel like I got the right amount of sugar, I'll whip it up for about another minute. So as of now, I am going to be doing more than 1 cent. So after I add the sugar, I'm going to be splitting this up. So far this is 10 ounces of sugar to 16 ounces of whipped base. So I'm just blending it in together, seeing how scrubby it is, how foamy it is. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna want more sugar than actual base in this, so we'll see. Okay, so I'm back. I finished mixing up the scrub. This is the consistency that I'm looking for. As of now, at least, I do find it to be pretty exfoliating. As you can see, I'm sort of red from exfoliating. I do have sensitive skin as well. I did go ahead and add an extra 5 ounces of the sugar. So I used 1 full pound of whipped base as well as 55 ounces of sugar. People will say don't add oils to this because it can make it sort of gummy. So I did not add any oils to it. What I will say is I did like the beaters more than I like the whisk when it came to the soap, just because it needed more space in between the blades to move around because it is so thick, as well as I do like folding in the sugar a lot. So what I found that worked best for me is whipping up the soap base, adding sugar, folding it in, beating it up, adding more sugar, folding it in, beating it up, adding more sugar, folding it in, and then don't beat it for the last time. Just add the last bit of sugar. Okay, so I'm back and I have everything separated into 3, as well as the appropriate colorants and herbs in each batch. So I have turmeric and a little bit of gold mica and the citrine scent. I have honeysuckle, dried honeysuckle and mica in the honeysuckle scent. And then I have dried rose petals as well as light pink mica and the rose quartz scent. I did run out of my rose quartz fragrance, so I did freestyle this one with a tad bit of rose and a little bit of vanilla and some sugar cookie. So this will not be the exact same scent as the body butter. However, on my next batch, they will be the exact same. So I'm just gonna go ahead and mix these all together. I don't really want an actual bright pigment. I just want it to be slightly light pink, so this is working pretty well for me. I also added about 2 drops per bowl of vitamin E oil. Typically, you don't want to add too much oil to these whipped soap bases as it can turn it a little bit gummy. However, when I did use the base on, or the soap scrub on myself, I found it to be a little bit drying, and I did want to add a couple drops of vitamin E oil to combat that. However, it exfoliates beautifully. So perfect. I just have all the pigment and the rose pieces blended in together. I do like how the pigment looks, as well as I prefer using a spatula to fold the color in versus using an actual mixer. I just feel like it gives me a little bit more control over the product and I don't risk the chance of over mixing it. With this rose quartz, I'm not too big on getting it to be, I'm hoping the camera can pick this up. It's a light pink. So here's what something white looks like next to it. So with the rose quartz, I don't really mind a bit of white ribbons. I feel like it gives it the quartz look. So I'm not trying to over mix it and make sure it's super cohesive. I actually like when it looks like there's a little itty bitty swirl in it. So hopefully you guys can see what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix the rest of these up and then I'll be right back. So I'm back and I have all three of my scrubs mixed together. Let me get them in the camera for you guys. So what I'm doing now is I'm taking this ice cream scoop and I'm scooping it in to my jars. I got this method from Skincare. If you follow her on Instagram, she has a really, really pretty aesthetic to her page. So I'm just gonna show you what I'm doing really quick. Mine aren't as sugary as hers. Hers, you can tell, have a lot more sugar content in it, but it does help scoop things into the jar better without making it messy. So I have one scoop and I just simply drop it in and then it starts to sort of spread out on its own just because of the oil content as well as the base content in this. So I'm doing 2, 3, and about a half scoop left. And that will go ahead and mellow out and it will look like this, which I feel is just so much simpler and easier than trying to scoop it in with a pipette or with a spatula. I really like this method. I got this scoop for about $5 at Walmart. So it's an ice cream scoop. Just gonna scrape the last little bit. I always think, I'm like, oh no, I made too much. I'm gonna have so much extra. And then I always have like just enough. And then I'm like, wait, now I don't have samples. So I like this scent more than I thought I would. It is sort of rose perfumey. So if you're not a rose person, I would not recommend this scent to you, this rose quartz scent. However, when you wet it and the scrub foams up, it blooms into more of a fruity rose than an actual floral. So I was shocked to see that. So pleasantly surprised, but surprised nonetheless. So that's the rose, and then I'll go ahead, finish scraping the rest of this out, and then show you guys all of the scrubs completed. Okay, so I was editing the video and I just want to show you really quickly how this scrub foams up. So this is a little bit left over, the least amount from my turmeric scrub. This is the vanilla champagne one that also goes with the glowing shimmer body butter. So I'm gonna wet my arm just a little bit. And then I'm going to take, oh, that's a lot. You only need the smallest amount. Like, this is as much as I'm taking. I'm going to put it on my arm and start exfoliating. And look how much that foams up just from that itsy bitsy little bit of scrub. And even though this has turmeric in it, it does not make your, here's another little bit, I'm gonna do my hands. It doesn't make your skin yellow. It does give you a nice glow and it will help even your skin tone. However, it won't stain your skin. If you do have nails that are painted white, I would recommend that you wipe them off with alcohol or acetone after, because it may stain white. So just be really careful with that. So I'm washing this off. And that's it. Super squeaky clean. Okay, so I'm done with all the body scrubs. I did 3 of each. I actually like how they came out. I did add a little bit of shimmer on the top of each one, as well as the honeysuckle and the rose quartz have dried flour on them as well. I'm just gonna pour the matching body butters down so you guys can see them next to the matching body scrubs. On these body butters, let me open this one up. And this is the citrine body butter. On the side, I added shimmer, but however, on the body scrub, I only added shimmer to the top and the side is empty. I'm not sure if I'll add shimmer going forward. I don't know how big of a deal it is to me. I don't know if it's worth it, as this has mica inside of it as well. The citrine is scented as a champagne and vanilla scent, and it has turmeric in it, which helps make your body glow, as well as a little bit of gold mica in here. Then I have the honeysuckle. This is the matching body butter for the honeysuckle with the shimmer on the side. I do have the dried honeysuckle leaves on the top, tea leaves, as well as the mica, but no shimmer on the side. And I haven't wiped these jars down yet, guys. And then this would be the rose quartz body butter and the matching scrub. Again, with the rose quartz, I did run out of my rose quartz scent, so I did mix up a little bit of rose and vanilla and sugar cookie with this. I do like the way it smells. However, I will have it discounted as it's not completely exact as the matching body butter. Going forward, they will all be the exact same scent. So each body butter will match the body scrubs. So the rose quartz has the real rose pieces on it. I did not put crystals on each of these scrubs, as I feel that the texture is sort of similar to quicksand, and I'm a little worried that the crystal will start to fall into the scrub and won't sit on top of it unless I let these harden overnight and then the texture changes. So that's why I didn't put the crystals on the scrubs, only the actual body butters. So here's everything together. For my first try and for this first trial, I do feel that it came out really well. They smell nice. This rose shocked me because I don't like the way it smells out of the bottle. However, when you ripen on your body and rinse it off, it leaves a nice floral scent, which pairs really well with the rose quartz scent. So they layer pretty decently. So thank you guys for tuning in to see my creative process. I can only get better from here. So hopefully my next batch, I may add a little bit more sugar. We'll see how these harden up over the next day. But again, thank you guys for watching my video. If you have any questions, always ask below. Have a great day, guys. Be safe.